In an outrageous assault on good fun, CNN has outed drop bears as not real.
Alright guys, so this week we're going to work on rear naked choke, right? So I'm trying to choke her, and then when she tries to choke me, how to defend, alright? So I'll show you like early stage defense, late stage defense, how to escape, okay? And then we're going to work on escapes from mount, whether they're trying to pin our wrists, or if they're trying to choke us as well, like a two-arm choke. Alright, so let's get into it, okay? So first things first, I need to have my controls. So I've got my hooks, make sure we're not crossing the feet, and I've got my seatbelt. Alright, so your dominant hand is going to go over the shoulder, your not so dominant hand underneath, and I like to put that bottom hand on top here, okay? So normally she's going to be defending, she's trying to get her hands in the way, yep, awesome. So what I'm going to do, look, my hand is going to swim, I'm going to control the close wrist, right? So I'm going to push it down to like her belly. As I do that, I'm going to snag my hand underneath and I'm trying to grab the back of the shoulder. Right? So see if her shoulder's back, it's kind of hard to reach it. Right? So I push forward, it makes it easy to reach it. Right? Now that hand, I've got to pull it out. Right? I'm going to go palm to palm. So the hand that's choking, palm to the ground, other hand, palm up. Right? So I've got my gamble grip. Now this is a tricky one. My top hand is going to swim to my bicep as my other hand goes behind her head. Now, two things here. I don't want to see you guys doing this. And she's got an armbar there. Yep. Right. And the other thing is, I don't want to grab the top of the head with my palm. Really easy for her to reach back, grab it in my hand. Grab it in my hand. Really easy to pull it off. Okay. So I want to try and use my knuckles, and I try and put it behind the shoulder. Now I'm going to pinch my elbows down. I want to try and put my chin on top, and now I'm going to push my chest down. All right. Like that. So I'll show you from a different angle. Okay. So I'm here for my hooks, and I've got my seatbelt. All right, she's defending very well. She's pulling you down. So my bottom hand is going to control. I can control the wrist. I like to grab this fatty part of the pinky here, right, the hand. All right, really good grip here. All right, so I'm going to grab onto that. I pry it off. I'm going to push down. I like to bring my hand back and then snake underneath the chin. I'm trying to reach that shoulder. I'm going to pull my hand out, palm to palm, and my right hand on hand that's choking, palm down. Now I'm going to swim behind. Look, I'm trying to go as low as I can to my elbow. Alright? I'm going to push my elbows down, my chin goes on top, I'm going to stick my chest out, and then I get the choke. Alright? Give it a crack. Alright guys, so we're going to work on early stage, mid stage and late stage defense when my partner does a rear naked choke, okay? So she's got her hooks, right? She's got her seatbelt. So I always want to try and use like a cheeseburger grip. I'm trying to grab onto that top arm, okay? Little trick, I want you to try and pinch onto this arm, right? If I'm just like here, and she's able to retract this left hand, so take it all the way out, she can use that as a top hand and start trying to get a choke, alright? So I want to try and stop that or make it harder by pinching on with my arm. Now, I want to try and fall to my strong side. So that is whatever side she's got the arm underneath my armpit, that's the way I want to roll. Alright, so I'm pulling it down, I'm dropping my chin, alright? I'm going to start trying to fall to my side. Now, I need to try and get rid of, so you can get rid of either the bottom hook or the top hook, alright? I'm going to show you one for the bottom hook, I'll show you one for the top, okay? So, bottom one, I want to try and straighten my leg, right? Because then her leg falls on the ground. So at the moment her leg's resting on top. If I can extend and then bring it through, alright, now I'm sitting on that leg. Alright? The other option is I'm using my top foot to push down and then same thing and bringing that knee in. Alright, so my goal is to face my hips to the ceiling. I want to sit on this knee and get my shoulder to the floor. Like this. Okay? She can still try and hold on, but it's pretty easy to get rid of it. Now I know she wants to try and come up on top. So I'm going to make a C grip, I'm going to control the ankle, other hand is going to be on the knee. I want to try and shrimp towards you guys. If I turn and face you guys, then she's going to get in my back again. Alright? So control one, control two, I'm going to shrimp towards you. I start pushing your foot to the ceiling, and I start coming up. Okay, so I'll show you again. A little bit faster now, okay? So straight away, control, my chin goes down, I want to try and fall to my strong side. I have the two options. Using my bottom leg first, or using my top leg. Alright, I want to sit on this knee. Alright, I want to try and get my shoulders to the ground, so head down, shoulders wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Alright, she's trying to eat some out. So I can use my foot, use my hand, whatever. I want to strip away, push, start coming up on top. Okay? So that is the first stage, the early stage. Next stage is if she's able to do what we did last week, where she gets this grip and she's trying to grab with my shoulder. Okay? So I don't want to cup into her elbow. Right? She can still choke me from here. I'm still trying to fight in here, trying to get my grip on the wrist. Now there's a bit of space here, so I'm going to drop my chin in that space. So she's not going to choke me. It might hurt my jaw a little bit, but a little bit of pain. All right, you'll be fine. So drop my chin down. yeah. Drop my chin down. Everything else is the same. I'm still trying to go onto my strong side, her weak side. Still getting rid of the hook. Still trying to get my shoulders to the ground. Now, I don't like her having this grip here. Like, it's really good for her to hold onto my neck. So I'm trying to clear that. So as she's holding on, I swim on the inside. I make a bit of a frame, trying to push away, push with the head. Alright, I can either be here, wait for her to get on top and get guard, or I can beat her to the punch, get on top, and start trying to pass. Okay? So last one, late stage. Alright? So I don't do this one much, okay, but I'll show you anyway. Alright? So she's got the grip, right? So other hand, sorry. She gives the hand to the shoulder, she's pushing the hand down, awesome. She's gonna retract, she's going palm to palm, she locks it up. Right? All you have to do, elbows tap. You're out every time. Give it a crack. Alright guys, so a few helpful tips with them, and I'm going to show you one other thing as well, okay? So, alright, she's trying to do the same thing. To make it harder for her to grab onto my hand, I'll even sometimes like go one hand on one wrist, one hand on the other, okay? If I'm able to do that, I will, and I'm still pinching on. So it's hard for her to retract the hand, start trying to choke that with this arm, and it's hard for her to grab onto my wrist, it's hard for her to choke with this arm, okay? If you find that you're losing this battle, then obviously I'll be going 2-on-1, alright, and then she's doing the right thing, she's peeling away, okay? So, next little tip, right? So, obviously always try to go to your strong side, right? For now, anyway. Okay, there is options on the other side, but we're going to stick to this side for today, alright? So, another little trick, anytime I can, I'm trying to get my shoulder down, alright? I like to do a bit of a shrug. So I'm lifting the elbow up. So as I drop my chin, I'm going to do a bit of a shrug, okay? Now, as I said, like we're trying to sit on that leg, alright? A little tip that I like to do is, if I go my hips before my shoulders hit the mat, that's going to allow her to get on top, okay? Whether she's going to get my back, or she goes to mount, okay? So, what I like to do, so I'm here, I'm dropping my chin, I'm shrugging, I've gotten rid of that bottom hook, I'm sitting on that knee. Now, I don't move my bottom off the knee until my head and shoulders on the ground. Because that leg is stopping her coming to mount. She tries to come to mount, yeah, alright? I don't weigh that much, but it's still stopping her. As soon as my butt goes off the knee, that's going to let her come up. So that's when I can quickly explode and push off, okay? Now, sometimes it's very hard to get that hook off, alright? If I use, whether I'm using like my bottom leg or my top leg. So I'm going to show you another little thing, okay? So if she is hooking here, right, that's going to make it easier for me to start extending. So, and then I'll hook underneath, right? I'll even like use my hand sometimes if I have to. Like from here, I'll start using my hand, just making sure one hand is always defended, right? So obviously if she's got my hand here, I'm never going to go down like this, right? So then she's just going to get the choke, okay? But if I can get a grip, then I'll start using my hand and start flying it away, alright? So if she's got her hooks, right? So sometimes I can't do that. I can't go here, or I can't go here, alright? It's just not working. So what I want to do is get rid of this top hook instead, alright? So my elbow is going to go on the inside of the knee, okay? I'm going to extend my leg away, I pry my elbow out, and I'm going to bring my knee up to like my hand and my elbow, so frame. So there's a bit of a block here. So if she tries to trap my arm, I'm blocking, right? Her little legs can't fit, okay? So now I need to get rid of the top arm. So all I'm going to do is control the wrist. I'm going to pop it, so you keep your hands together, right? I'm going to pop it over my head, pull down, all right? I'm going to lay it on her tricep. Now see my right hand, I'm going to go down to the wrist, and my bottom hand, my left hand, so you can still put my hand, that's fine. I'm going to try and reach for her tricep, okay? So above the elbow. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge, and I'm going to turn towards her. So I can't turn towards it. And whether I get the pass from around, or you can just end up here in a bit of like a quarter guard, half guard, alright? But it still works, okay? So give that a go.
Yep.
Good. All right, guys. So we're gonna work on escaping when they're in mount. All right. So whether they're trying to choke us with this sort of choke here, or they're trying to pin our arms. Okay. So this could be like this. You get it a bit in when you're training. All right. This not so much. It's more of like a self-defense thing. Okay. So she's trying to be nice and strong. She's trying to choke in my neck. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap one arm over the top, and I want to try and go in line with her elbows. Okay. Now, I like to have my knuckles pointing towards me. I want to get my gable grip, and I'm going to bite down. Now, when I do this, like I'm not going to go here, here, and then try and push. It's like one big thrust. I'm using like that momentum to here, and then flaps down. Okay, so once I've collapsed her post, right, I now want to trap her foot. Right, like even if she doesn't know jiu-jitsu, she might even still stick her leg out. All right, so go back, please. So I'm here. I've trapped the arms. Okay. I want to try and trap the foot. Now, me personally, I know that instructor Vass loves to keep this grip. I'll always go back to wrist and elbow, right? Or wrist and elbow. I feel it better for me. I feel I have more control. If you want to do this, you can. Okay, so this still works. I'm going to bridge. Now remember, I don't want to roll off to my side. I want to roll diagonal that way. So whether I'm here, here, or here, bridge, I roll, and then I try and get my controls, whether it's wrists, the biceps, or the hips. Okay, so there you go. So I'm flat on my back. My partner's on top here, she's trying to choke me. Okay, so I'm going to bring my arm across. Remember, I want to be in line with the elbows. So not the wrists, not the shoulders, in the middle. Alright, so just right. I'm going to join my hands together and I bite down. Alright, so you can be a little aggressive with this. Okay, now as I said, you can get whatever grips you want. You can keep this, you can go wrist, elbow, you can go wrist, elbow. Alright, so I'll keep it this one. Now I want to try and trap the foot, so I step my leg over the top, I drag my heel into my bottom, right? I'm going to get my feet super close to my bottom so I can get the most out of my bridge. Now remember, I don't want to roll to the side, I want to roll diagonal over my shoulder so I even look where I'm going. Coming up, so control, control, control. Alright, another little thing, they could try and pin your wrists, okay? So, like, if she's pinning like my arms away, like it's very weak. So, anytime my elbows are disconnected from my body, my arms are pretty weak, alright? So that's why, when we're trying to escape, we're trying to keep everything in tight, alright? So that's going to stop them from controlling, and I have more control, more strength. So she's doing a good thing, it's starting to pin my arms, alright? So if I can't bring my hands and my elbows down to my body, I'll bring my body up to my elbows and my hands. So all I'm going to do is start wiggling, 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 until my hands get close to like my head and my shoulders, okay? Now from here, I'll try and keep my palms up. I'm going to throw my hands down to my waist as I bridge. So I can't just do the one, I can't just do the one. I've got to do both together, right? So first one, I'll do it nice and light, and then I'll show you again where if I was in like a normal roll, okay? So like here. She has to put her hands on the ground. If she doesn't, she's probably gonna smack her head into the floor, okay? And then I can start looking to escape, all right? I'll show you again. Move back a little, please. All right, so she's done a good job. Just separated my hands from my body. So I'm gonna try and wiggle, 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 wiggle as much as I can, all right? So I'm gonna go pretty hard here. You ready? So I'm gonna throw my hands down as I breathe. Bang. Okay, it scared me a little bit. I thought she was going to switch me. And then I can start using my frames, okay? Sweet, let's give it a go. Alright guys, so there's a few techniques. Alright, so remember there's not just the one way to do it. So in some of the videos I showed you, this is how I like to do it. This might be the way that Instructor Bass likes to do it, maybe Instructor Shannon. We all have different ways. It all depends on strength, body types, and stuff like that. Alright? So try them all, see what you like. If you struggle, remember I'll go talk to one of your coaches. I'm more than happy to help. Yeah, give it a go. Alright guys, so whether it's for this class or other classes, okay, a few warm-ups that I like to do is for the neck.
Ipswich. We got fucking 3 sets of sirens.
Yeah. Alright guys, so whether it's for this class or other classes you do, alright, so a few good warm-ups, you can do it at home as well, alright, neck stuff, alright, so to stop you from choking, having a stronger neck, alright, so a few things I like to do, alright, nice and easy, just like lay on my back, I try and tuck my chin in, and I can lift up, down, Okay, so you do like 10, you can even like hold it for a bit, right? I do this all the time whenever I train. I do it also on the side, okay? So I'm just doing this up and down, trying to strengthen my neck here. Make sure I go both sides, up and down. Okay? Very important to try and strengthen your neck. Everyone's trying to choke you, okay? Another one, obviously, is our shrimps. We've done it before, so I'm not going to show you. Right? If you still have trouble, just ask one of your coaches, okay? Then the next thing.
Fuck out of the way.
Right, start again.
Back here.
Okay. Then you got to cut it out there. Just start again.
Right.
Alright guys, so whether it's for this class or other classes, very important stretches I like to do. Okay, so one of them is obviously shrimping. I use it all the time. So I'm not going to show you how to do it, but if you need help, you can go have a look at the previous videos or ask one of your instructors. I'm sure they're happy to help you. Okay. Another one is mainly for this one, since we're doing chokes, is we want to strengthen our neck. Okay, so a few things that I like to do, and I do this every class. Alright, every time I train, I always try to strengthen my neck. Okay, all I'm doing is laying on my back. I'm going to try and tuck my chin in. I'm going to lift my head off the ground a little bit, then back down. So I don't want to get like all the way up. Okay, just like a little bit here, back down. I'm just doing this. Alright, so I do it like 10, 15 times. You can even hold it if you want a little bit. Alright, then you can rest. Go again. I go onto the side as well. So I'm still here. Alright, I switch sides. Alright, so try and strengthen. Feel free to start trying to stretch your neck as well. So I like to like grab my neck, start pulling it down off to the side, so diagonal, diagonal, down. So I'm pulling my hands forward while I'm pushing my head back, right? And vice versa. I'm pushing my hands back behind me as I'm pushing my head into it to try and strengthen up my neck. Okay. Another one for this one is our bridging. All right. So one of those back escapes we did, we were doing some bridging. So I want to try and keep my feet close to my bottom so I can get that nice high arch. Keep my hands in nice and tight. I'm going to try and go over my shoulder. So I'm going to bridge up. My leg is going to go over my body. Right? I want to try and land on my knees, not on my belly. So this, terrible. Right? It's going to get on your back. So here, bridge. My leg goes over, and I want to try and land on my knees. Right? So again, from here, you put your hands on the ground. Come up. If you want to make it a little bit harder, no hands. Okay, so here. Okay, so a few things I like to do. Give them a crack. Hadouken!